Thomas Partey goal. They need him now.
In goes the corner, cleared only as far as Nelson has to get his shot right. Oh, that is unbelievable! Gutting for Bournemouth, glorious for Arsenal.
Hello and welcome back to Everything Gunners. It's been a while we focus on Arsenal. I mean, Barry, what do you think about Nelson?
I mean, that match was intense, and I mean, the noise was all over the house, and
Yes.
it was crazy.
And we had a Manchester United fan visiting, so
Exactly. So it was a weekend to remember.
Yeah.
I can remember watching the match, and I mean, the network and the weather was a bit tricky, and we couldn't watch the final part of the match. And it's just seeing the fans making some giant noise. In the game, we thought, okay, there was something happening at the end of the game. So looking at our phones and checking the updates, we saw that Reiss fucking Nelson gave us a dramatic winner.
Definitely.
The final
kick of
the game. So
and you can see,
it was electric.
He's been suffering with a lot of injury this season.
Absolutely.
And every time he stepped up, Arteta called him up to play. He performed, especially in the Premier League.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, the last time he played in the Premier League from the bench was, I think, that he performed well was, I think, Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
He came in for Saka after he got injured, and he got 2 goals, I think, with an assist.
2 goals and assist.
So it was fabulous. Then he came back after a couple of injuries, 4 months injured, while he was performing before he got injured. And I mean, he delivered again with a brilliant assist for Ben White for his first goal.
Yeah, definitely.
And that strike was magnificent in his weak foot.
Definitely, because I just is one player that during Arsene Wenger's season tenure, I really wanted him to be in that part of the team. And if you ask any, as we always see, if we ask any alien product or alien staffs, they always say he's one of the best.
Yeah, even during the under 16s and all for England setup, I think people said he was even better than the likes of Sancho. So, I mean, with his injury, it's been tricky for him and difficult for him. But I mean, you can see that he's a tough guy
and he's building up his
mentality. So, and I mean, we are talking about probably a new contract for him too.
Definitely. So I really want that, and I think that Bournemouth match, I think that's the beginning of a huge success for him in Arsenal.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And hopefully he can live up to the expectation from the Bournemouth match.
Definitely. And now we are talking about Gabriel Jesus coming back to training, having contact training this afternoon.
Yeah.
Also,
the first team training.
The first full team training he had, and you could see he was aggressive. He was happy to be back. A lot of our players are happy to see him back.
Absolutely.
In the training session, and that will definitely build up our momentum for the end of the season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. To be honest, like, we've missed Gabriel Jesus since the World Cup. He hasn't played since the World Cup, and we could, like, looking at when Nketiah was scoring goals, we could have said, we are saying that, okay, we don't need Gabriel Jesus. But like, after a couple of matches, like 4 or 5 matches that Saka and Nketiah has not been delivering and taking his chances, we could see we are missing something.
Yeah,
and I think Trossard has been able to step up again.
And I think that's the genius thing and genius part of why I love Arteta. He was able to, he got in late to kind of find out the plan B. And that's knowing that Trossard could play a Gabriel Jesus style and involve Martinelli, because beginning of in the Nketiah's performance, I think Nketiah was performing, but dropped Martinelli's performance, and he recognized that and started Trossard. Started using Trossard in the first 9, and I think it improved Martinelli's performance in the past few games, and that was important. And Gabriel Jesus, I think having him in the team right now, I think to be able to go into the World Cup, we had 5-point lead ahead of Manchester City, and he's coming back now. Still have that 5 points. I think it's huge credit for the team.
Yes, and huge credit to Arteta because he built everybody's mentality in the squad to make sure that missing Gabriel Jesus was not in everybody's mind.
Yeah.
So we could perform freely and everybody could step up and what they call it, put their shift into for the team.
And we definitely had chances to go have more than that 5 points that we have
you're
now,
absolutely right.
I think we shot ourselves in the foot in
you're
some cases.
You're absolutely right, but I mean we can be grateful. Being 5 points ahead of Man City is not easy. It's not an easy feat, and Liverpool can testify to that. But I mean, Gabriel is back, like you said. Is a huge boost for us. We could always say that okay, it was probably Zinchenko only that's what they call it. That has the experience of the running to winning the Premier League. So
these last 12
10 games. So I mean, it's important to have him back, and a new it looks like a new signing, to be honest. To come back with Zinchenko, they can both boost the team up and make people, the players believe that this can happen. We are young, age-wise, but at the same time, we are hungry.
And we've had past experience.
Exactly.
We don't want to experience
of disappointment, losing our top 4 spots to Tottenham at the end of last season. So I mean, it's a huge boost, and hopefully he can get a cameo in the Europa League match against Sporting CP.
And definitely, now let's talk about one of our new signings that
has not been able to play.
Not been able to play, and the Gunners fans are desperate to see him perform or put on the Arsenal jerseys. Definitely he has appeared in the under 23 matches, but we've not seen him on the big stage. So what do you think? Do you think Arteta will start him, and what do you think about the signing?
I mean, like you said, we've not seen Jacob Kiwor, and to be honest, he's a player that I watched well in World Cup because he was in the group with Argentina's group basically, and I supported Argentina, so I watched him well. He's someone that is not scared or frightened to go into challenges, and he's brave on the ball. He's brave on the ball. He's versatile too. He can play from the left back. He can play from the defensive midfield too.
I think from the clips I've watched, I think there's similarity with him and Ben White, but just that he's left-footed. So I think as a centre back, I mean,
the only issue is that in terms of his physicality, I think he needs to build that.
And I think that's one of the reasons why Arteta has not played
exactly for you to come and compete with Gabriel Magalhaes in that position, you have to be physically sound, because it looks more of lightweighted, and he's not someone that looks aggressive enough. Because we need that aggressiveness playing with the likes of Saliba, because Saliba is the calmer player in the centre back. So if he's going to be playing with Saliba, he needs to be aggressive. Then I mean, if he's playing with Odin, I don't think he needs to be very aggressive. So he doesn't really need to be. But I mean, hopefully we get to see him start his first game. It's not been easy for him to start in the Premier League because the way the games have gone. If we were, so to say, we're leading like 4-0, 3-0 at first half, probably it would have been easy for us to put him in through and rest.
And to also make him fresh for Sporting and see how it
Exactly.
And also, I just need to touch that. I know it's not part of what we plan to discuss today, but what do you think about opposition fans, pundits, teams talking about how we are celebrating? I mean, what do you have to say about it?
I mean, to be honest, I've not experienced this I can't remember experiencing this feeling of celebrating every single match.
I think the closest time
I think 2016.
2016. I think 2015, 2016 season.
Leicester
season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But now it feels like everybody's among. We are celebrating every win, because right now in the Premier League, it is very difficult to win games back to back, and we can see the highest winning run for Man City this season in the Premier League is 3. So
and they've been the one winning the league in the past 2 seasons.
So you could say,
and
you can
4
see
in the past 5. So
exactly. So you can see how difficult it is this season to win Premier League game, and I mean to win it in that style against Aston Villa and Bournemouth. I mean, allow us to celebrate. To be honest,
exactly,
give us to celebrate. I think because we are fighting for something. I mean, the teams are actually making complaints about how we are celebrating. Are the teams that are not fighting for anything?
And
the likes of Chelsea, Man U, Tottenham, they are not fighting for anything. They are losing games. Liverpool, Man U just got trashed 7-0.
And I don't want to rush to that 7-0, but I hope they are done with their seven stage of grief, so that they'll be able to perform against Repetit. Or else is a big trouble for Ten Hag and his team.
Yeah.
But when you talk about that celebration, and that is why I really rate Jamie Carragher. He's not biased.
Yes.
I despise Gary Neville. He does not know how to say the facts. Jamie Carragher is someone that speaks the facts, and you can see.
And he wants success for other teams.
Other teams, and you can see in the Monday night football in Sky Sports.
Yeah.
You could see the statement he made. He said, if it was Man City scoring those 9-minute goals in the past few
they will
matches,
celebrate and nobody
they will
will
celebrate and they will say it's their character building team.
Yeah.
It's their mentality monsters.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Arsenal, it's just Bournemouth. It's just Bournemouth. Why are we celebrating like?
And that same Bournemouth, what they call it, is got Tottenham a bit scared in the match at home.
Yeah. So I think
a lot of smaller teams, that so-called smaller teams, make it difficult at this point of the season because they are fighting for something. They want to stay in the Premier League. So obviously they would make it difficult for you. And I mean, if you can win by the last kick of the game, with the last kick of the game, there shouldn't be any complaint for us celebrating. To be honest.
So